Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has a brand new Surgeon General who has a little bit of a colorful past. So now, Newsweek reports that newly minted Florida Surgeon General Dr. Joseph Ladapo has a history of questioning vaccines and masks, against vaccine mandates, of course, to combat COVID, and had also appeared in a hydroxychloroquine promoting video last year that was organized by a fringe group of so-called medical professionals known as the, of course, America's Frontline Doctors. Now, they are, of course, now, they were pushing hydroxychloroquine. Now they're pushing ivermectin as a cure treatment for COVID-19, which has not been proven to be effective. Nonetheless, in July 2020, Ladapo appeared in a 43-minute viral video as part of a group called America's Frontline Doctors. The video promoted hydroxychloroquine, even though studies haven't substantiated that claim. It's funny how they moved from hydroxychloroquine to ivermectin, and now they're moving to gargling iodine. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Please don't do that. So they're doing ridiculous things. And the video also said that masks do nothing to slow the virus spread and that COVID-19 is less deadly than the flu. Both claims, of course, are untrue. I love how conspiracy theorists are like, oh yeah, where did the flu go? Masks. The masks reduced the number of flu cases. I mean, that's and in places, by the way, where you have high vaccination rates and people that are following masks, doing the masking and social distancing, you have less cases of COVID. I mean, it's right there. It's right there. It's right before, right in, you can see it right in front of your eyes. That all that stuff together works. It works. But no, he says, no, we're not going to do that. No. Also making an appearance with with Ladapo in the video was, of course, Dr. Stella Immanuel, gained notoriety last year for her theories about demons coming to Earth and impregnating women, as well as physicians using alien DNA to treat patients. The aliens and the demons, that's who this guy hangs out with. Oh boy. And this person is now the top doctor in Florida. Great. Now, there's no way that this won't be a complete and unmitigated disaster. In fact, the Sun Sentinel is reporting that Ladapo wasted no time ending the state's few COVID-19 public health regulations. Specifically, Ladapo has ruled that parents no longer have to quarantine children if they've been exposed to someone who has tested positive for COVID-19. Rather, parents will now have the option of keeping their kids home from school or just sending them back in. Oh, you were exposed to somebody with COVID? Go to school. Just get your butt in there. I don't feel like watching you or paying for, I don't feel like watching you and quarantining. No, we're just not going to do any of that. Just go to school. Go to school. Spread COVID around. Great. Fun. Now, the new rule also wipes out a previous one that required students to quarantine off campus at least 4 days after exposure to someone with the virus. Some Sentinel writes, it does not alter Florida's ban against mask mandates. However, as it reiterates the previous order's requirement, the parents be able to opt out their children from wearing face coverings, which of course will have the result of more COVID cases, not less. And so that leads me to believe that they are literally just trying to get people sick in Florida on purpose. They're spreading it around. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, I think it's politics. That's the answer here. And again, all conservatives, they have this like talking point where it's like, oh, how dare you make COVID political? And that's the problem here. It's so political. You're the ones who've made it political. Your identity is built around now COVID being political. I'm not going to take my vaccine. I'm not going to wear no mask. You know why? Because that makes me a true conservative. That makes me a true Republican. Yeah, not believing in science. This makes me a true Republican. No, it makes you an idiot. and it makes you a harborer of the virus, a vector of infection. That's what it makes you. Again, the results of this, of this doing this herd immunity, because that's what they're doing. They're doing herd immunity, but without the vaccine. That's what they're trying to do. The result, of course, of that is more people are going to get sick. Obviously, many more of the unvaccinated will die. That's the whole problem with herd immunity sans vaccine. Again, there were countries that tried to do this, and there were an unacceptable amount of deaths. Yes, it is natural immunity after you get it more effective and better? Generally, but the problem is you got to get sick first, and a lot of people, unfortunately, do not survive that. That's why it's better to get a vaccine. That's just why it's better to get the vaccine. Again, if you get COVID-19 from a breakthrough case, which absolutely does happen, you're going to have less severe symptoms. They're going to be generally mild and generally keep you out of the hospital. That's the whole point of the vaccine. Now, the thing is, of course, for political reasons, as I said before, in Florida, what you're going to see is more cases among the unvaccinated, more deaths among the unvaccinated, more breakthrough cases among the vaccinated, more variants that could possibly develop, more Regeneron treatments. I think we did this. Regeneron. So now, what's the thing about Regeneron? Well, it turns out Regeneron is a company that, well, Ron DeSantis is personally invested in. He actually gets kickbacks from this company. Oh, oops. So the result is, as the state gets overrun by COVID cases and hospitals run out of room, which are pretty much at capacity anyway, he's going to make money while his people die. And you know what? That's going to benefit him politically as well. Conservatives are holding him up as an example of somebody who is going to do the right thing. Because, freedom, right? The freedom. The sad reality about this is that there are very little consequences for DeSantis. The worst that can happen to him is being voted out of office, to which, of course, he'll end up getting a pretty fancy job somewhere else. Now, that could happen. His approval rating is down by 14 points amid COVID. Same as Governor of Texas, Greg Abbott. But who knows if that's going to hold when his re-election chance, election campaign kicks into high gear. I think he's banking on the conspiracy theorists to carry him through. In fact, you will have a total of 83% of Republicans in Florida, according to a recent Morning Consult poll, that think he's doing a great job. Yeah, yay, DeSantis. Woo! He doesn't give a damn that he's killing his own constituents, because guess what? The hogs still love what he's doing. COVID has killed nearly 52,000 Florida residents. That number ain't going to stop anytime soon with people like this in charge. So my advice is stay the hell away from Florida if possible. If you live there, and I know people that do, keep doing what you can to stay safe. Get your vaccine, wear a mask, do the social distancing, stay home if you can, and hope for the best, because it's going to get terrible. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.